This is Olivia from Capes and Scowls.
This is Cliff from Capes and Scowls.
We're here to review a trade today, and we're reviewing Jupiter's Legacy Volume 1 today.
It's by Mark Millar. Art's by
Frank Quietly.
Quietly.
In the cusp of Volume 2 coming out, we should go over Volume 1 first because this story is really amazing. It does center around these two siblings. They're Chloe and Brandon. And basically they're the children of two superheroes that got their powers from some alien race on an island. And that's pretty much all we know about that. But if you wanted to learn more about that, you can read Jupiter's Circle if you wanted to. I don't really recommend it. I didn't really enjoy it. But I do highly recommend Jupiter's Legacy.
I think Jupiter's Circle offers more questions than answers. It does take you back and give you more about the superheroes that you see in this, but it still doesn't tell you why they have the powers that they have.
Yeah.
This book it's an image book, so it's a good place to start. Most image books, trade ones, $10. Can't beat it. It's great.
I don't want to give too much away about it, but the reason why I recommend it in trade form is because had I read this when the issues came out, I think I would have lost interest at the first issue because there is kind of a lot going on, but each issue after issue is like builds and builds and just gets better and better. And once you finish reading this, like, you're going to be really sad because the ending's amazing. And you're going to be glad that Volume 2 came out.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so for us, we both read this book a year and a half ago. I reread it again because we've read through Jupiter's Circle, hoping that it would live up to what this book was. This book is Mark Millar on point. I feel like he has a lot of projects that he's working on, and none of his writing is ever bad. It's just different levels of good. This is on point. He's focused. You can tell this is what he's passionate about and doesn't have a lot other going on his plate. So this book is really, really solid Mark Millar. The art's good in it, and it's an enjoyable read. It's a slow starting book, but once you get through the first couple of pages, you're hooked and you want more. I was really disappointed that it took this long to continue on this story because of how good it is. Just a little bit more like the superheroes are kind of it's got like a Civil War feel to it where they're like being kept tabs on.
Yeah, and there's a conflict between basically Chloe and Brandon's father and uncle. So Brandon basically does a 180 and joins his uncle, and Chloe is just does a whole other 180 and she's trying to stop them basically. You deal with that whole conflict in Jupiter's Legacy.
Right, where the two main characters, they don't their powers aren't really like what they're there for. They're more like starlets, and the fame and everything is more what has them because they're of who their family is. But they really don't want any part of it that's not, they don't feel like this is what we have to do because it's what's right. Whereas you find in other stories that their parents were driven to be great and to help everything.
I think the big disconnect between them and their parents' generation is that they were born into it, but their parents sort of just, they chose this life, but they didn't.
Right.
So there's that as well.
So this is a book where I definitely recommend it if you're not sure what to read and you're just looking to get into comics. I understand it's difficult sometimes to, hey, what Batman do I want to read? There's only been 10,000 issues of Batman. It's a little intimidating. This is trades are a great way to get into it. They're compact stories. They're usually over at the end. You get one story in it.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about keeping up with the trades. It's a great way to find out what writer you like, what your interests are. Something that's how I got into comic books. It's how I got Olivia into reading them. It's like, here's your story. And it's just, you don't have to worry about chasing down issues and anything like that. It's a great place to start when you learn who you like to read. I enjoy reading Millar, so I look out for his stuff. And also with Millar, most of his stories get picked up and are turned into movies.
Yeah.
I believe this book got optioned for a movie.
I think so.
So there's a movie coming on this. So if you're reading Millar, you're probably going to see it on the big screen at some point or on the small screen. So he's somebody that I like to keep my eye out for.
Definitely. So I hope you do pick this up and read it because you won't regret it. All right.
Have a good night.